Almost any men's lacrosse player will tell you, very few people know how to string sticks and even fewer know how to do it well. In this video, I'll teach you how to do exactly that and how to monetize the skill in forming a small stick string business. First, this video will show you everything you need to know about stringing lacrosse sticks. What items do we need? Of course, we'll need one unstrung lacrosse head, one piece of mesh that will come to form the pocket, 4 nylons to tie the mesh to the head across the top, bottom, and either side of the head, and anywhere between 1 and 3 shooters that will be braided into the mesh, which we'll discuss a little later on in this video. It's worth noting that the mesh, shooters, and nylons can typically all be found in one kit like the one shown here. There are a few tools that we'll need to successfully string a lacrosse stick. Scissors to cut excess string and laces, a lighter to burn off the ends of the cut laces and strings to prevent fraying, one lacrosse ball which we'll use to set the pocket once the head is completely strung, and a butter knife which we'll use to wedge the ball in place when we set the pocket. When stringing, always be sure to tie double knots and make sure that they're tight before moving on to the next step to prevent things from coming out of place. Here's a quick example of what a good double knot looks like when stringing a lacrosse stick. It's important to remember to stretch the mesh before we start stringing the stick to ensure pliability and ease of use. We then fold the top row of diamonds down on the very next row to make sure that our top string will be securely fastened to a durable platform. To start the top string, we take a piece of nylon that's already been knotted on one end and we put it through the second to top hole on the side of the head and through the front of the corresponding top corner diamond in the mesh. Basically, we just do that 2 times to secure the top string and the mesh to the head. We continue with this nylon through the back of the closest top hole on the head. We come back through the front of the very next top diamond from the corner, creating a loop. We put the nylon through the back of that same diamond to the left of the loop and back through the front of that same hole on the top of the head. This time putting the nylon down through the new loop, pulling tightly to form our first top string tie-off. We continue this process by skipping the next hole and performing the same action on the third hole. We mirror this on the other side of the head and tie off in the same manner in which we tied off on the other side in the second to top hole on the other side of the head, seen here. We clip and burn the excess string from the top string, and now the top string is complete. We begin stringing the sidewall with a new piece of nylon pre-knotted on one end by putting it through the next hole on the side of the head and then through the front of the very next diamond from the top. We basically do this 2 times to anchor it tightly to the frame of the head. With the same nylon, we put it through the front of the very next diamond and then through the very next hole on the side of the head, bringing it around and pulling it down on itself to pull the mesh taut. As seen here, we repeat this process on the 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 11th, 12th, and 13th hole before tying off on the 14th and final hole from the top. This process is repeated on the other side before cutting and burning excess string. With a new piece of pre-knotted nylon, we come up through the furthest right hole on the bottom of the head and through the back of the diamond 2 rows up from the bottom and 1 in from the right. We bring the nylon over 2 diamonds to the left and down through that diamond and through the second hole from the right on the bottom of the head. We mirror this pattern on the other side before tying off our bottom string. When tying off, we want to make sure that the bottom string gives the bottom of the mesh between 1 and 1.5 inches of room to come out. Any more than that and the ball will fall through, any less and it'll be ineffective. Again, we cut and burn excess string to prevent fraying. The number of and style of shooters or laces comes down to preference. The basic function is to keep the ball from hitting off the top of the head and therefore reducing accuracy and speed when passing and shooting. Subsequently, simple is usually best. Taking the lace and entering from the front of the diamond closest to the top sidewall knot, we braid the lace to a point 2 rows up and back down the other side, being sure to keep the lace flat so it will be most effective. We braid the lace back across in the same manner, keeping it flat before cutting and burning excess lace to prevent fraying. The head is now complete. However, wedging the butter knife horizontally across the deepest part of the pocket and wedging the ball under the knife into the pocket and leaving it to set overnight will ensure a more effective pocket. And that's how it's done. If you follow these instructions in the video, you will be able to string a lacrosse head. Now it's time to put these skills to work and start making some money with a small business. List there some ideas about pricing as you get started thinking about your business in string sticks. It's important to remember that the client almost always provides the materials and that your pricing is for the service to the client alone. You can't have a stick string business without people knowing you have a stick string business. It's important to hit the ground running, networking at every opportunity, and using everything at your disposal, like social media and flyers, to get the word out that this business is now something that you offer. Once business starts coming in, it's important that you sit down and consult with the client on exactly what they need. Record everything by writing it down so that there are no discrepancies when it comes to the finished product. Providing quality service is key. Delivering on what the client's specific needs are in a timely manner are essential, as the client may be looking to use the stick in an upcoming tournament or showcase. The beauty of a stick string business is that it's on your terms. You make your own hours, you set your own prices, and you work when you want to. When it comes time to grow the business, make sure it fits within your needs and the needs of the market. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.